Hello, world. It's your girl, Drea, in the pink room, of course. And today we have, I always say special guest. I feel like that's so corny. They can't see you yet. today we have Jharrel Jerome, Emmy Award winning, soon to be Grammy Award winning, multi-talented artist. Everything just is art to me at this point. I don't want to call you a rapper. I don't want to call you an actor. I don't know what to call you, but Jharrel Jerome. Okay,
I'll take that.
That's what we're gonna do today. And Jharrel Jerome is gonna sit here with me, and we're gonna talk everything that makes that shaped his taste and sound, and why he loves music, and why he is the way that he is. Jharrel, welcome to the pink room.
Thank you, Drea. It feels good to be here in the pink room. Got my own little pink on.
Yes. He's giving mauve.
Mauve.
We like that. That's
Suave,
a nice, sexy
mauve.
fall pink, you know?
I appreciate it.
So I told you about what this show is about and all that, but really it's just me and you talking, right? I'm going to break the ice, get straight into it.
Talk to me.
All right, Jharrel.
Okay.
Tell me about the first song you remember hearing as far back as you can recall.
Very first song
Yes.
I heard in terms of hip hop, right?
No,
or just in general.
Music sound. This is a show about sound.
My earliest memory of a song that I know I loved and like was in my heart was Slick Rick, Mona Lisa.
Oh,
If
wow.
you know that.
You so New York.
It's a man, New York. Well, listen, there's many reasons. My mom she had me at a pretty young age, and we grew up in the Bronx. So it just came with the territory, and she's young. So, you know, when I'm waking up and I hear the broom hitting my door because she's cleaning in the living room, and I'm like, I gotta wake up now.
Oh.
She's playing Slick Rick. You know, she's playing LL Cool J, Big Pun, Lauryn Hill. It's either between that or like reggaeton, you know what I'm saying? Some Aventura, some Romeo and stuff like that. So it was either bad. Said reggaeton.
Yeah.
And so it was just a mix between those two. But for me, it was early hip hop. Slick Rick was my first favorite rapper. I learned Mona Lisa and I learned Children's Story all top of my head at like maybe 9, 10 years old.
You ever did a freestyle to the Mona Lisa beat?
Nah.
That's music therapy right there.
Music therapy. Actually, I've never freestyled over an instrumental before. I should.
Oh my God. Okay. Damn.
I should.
Oh, damn. That just blew my mind. Because there's a question I was going to ask about something that's one of your songs. Let me just wait till we get to it.
All right.
Because I wanted to know like how you felt when that beat dropped, but you didn't freestyle it. Okay. Dang, you just threw me off with that one. I threw myself off.
We'll get there.
Back to it. So those are your influences. You mentioned the broom hitting the door. I hear that. I hear that. And for those who haven't had a taste of his music yet, his wordplay, there's like a literature with the way that he raps, or there's literature in the way that you rap. You know what I mean? Like
I appreciate
how
that.
you describe stuff it's a movie.
Imagery.
It's imagery.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the word.
Yeah.
The imagery. There we go. And that I'm just pointing that out as a testament to like what stands out about your music to me.
I appreciate that. I mean, that just follows the whole Slick Rick thing. I mean, the first time I heard music, I thought it was, you have to tell a story. Like, I didn't think it was anything else. You have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And all my favorite rappers had a beginning, middle, end. And I never lost sight of that, or like a love for that sort of way of making music. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get into a lot of it, like your new stuff coming out now, and I see that with your short films that you did with Rat Pack and Trip Pack, and other ones. So let's just jump into the square one though of your journey in music. I want to know at the first time you decided to rap or perform or put pen to paper. What came first? I don't know if it was you dancing around when she was playing the reggaeton, or if it was, mommy, I want to be like Slick Rick. Like, tell me about it. Let's start there.
All right.
Let's talk.
When I was a kid, I used to go to the park, Oval Park. It's in the Bronx. It was by my apartment. And at the park, these guys would be playing basketball, and I would want to jump in on a game. You know, when you want to play a pickup, you got to wait on the side and be like, yo, I got next. I'm like 11 years old, and these guys are maybe 16, 17. Big dudes just playing, balling, and I'm here. I had love for basketball, too, when I was young. Before I ended up stopping at 5'8", I realized that's not my journey, but I used to love balling, and when I go to the park, you know, I'm a kid, and I'm like, I'll get there, I want to play. Yeah. And this one guy came up to me, maybe 16 years old. He was like, yo, you want to play? You want to run a game? You could play next. You just got to spit a 16.
Yo, for real? That's how you started?
That's the first time I was told to spit a 16. And I was maybe 10, 11. And I looked at him, and I didn't have a 16. I didn't even know what he meant. I didn't know what a 16 was. I was like 16, right? He was like, you got to rap for me. And so I rap Eminem.
Which one?
It's a song called Infinite by Eminem. It's like his first thing. It's like,
okay.
Man, I got evidence. I'm evident, and I've been clever ever since my residence was hesitant to do some shit. Like, I'm like 11 knowing these words, and I was rapping it, and the guy was like, all right. Oh, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was like, yo, that's hot. And I just kept it to myself, like.
Oh, wait, he didn't know.
He had no idea it's Eminem. It's a deep cut Eminem record, and he was just like, that's hot. So I played, but I remember I went home and I was thinking, I want to write. Like, I want to write things. But at 10, 11, I wasn't actively getting a pen and paper and like really writing bars. It wasn't until I was maybe 13, like 8th grade.
Okay, I had 2 years later.
2 years later, in 8th grade, I had a journal that my mom actually took from me one time because I was cursing and stuff in it because I was my favorite rapper was Eminem.
Yeah,
obviously, I'm out here stealing his stuff.
Shout out to Eminem.
And so I had a rap book, and that's where it really started. I was just rhyming, and it came with the territory. In school, like if you were the cool kid, you could rap, and you would after class, people would get in a circle, somebody would beatbox, and you'd rap. Like this was part of, or you'd have the pens on the lunch table, and somebody would make a drum beat, and be like, who got it? Somebody would rap, somebody else would rap, and if you got that, you were the cool kid in school. It wasn't sports, it was rap.
Yeah, well, see, when I was younger, I was checking for the dudes doing the pencils on the lunch, on the desk, the producers.
Where the rhythm at? Who got the rhythm?
The producers, I guess. The rappers, I'm like, whatever. They keep coming in here trying to show off.
Right, it's the guys with the rhythm.
No, that's interesting that you mentioned that, because I think we're in a similar generation age-wise. So like I'm listening to you and thinking about like, what that looked like in, my core, wherever I was at. And that very much was a thing. You had like the guys that kind of like always showed up like ready to rap.
Yep.
Had the notes on the paper, damn
everything.
near. Yeah. And then you had the kids that was always just doing the beats. They never really changed up. It was always
they were the quiet ones. They were like, we'll just sit here.
Yeah. It was always them. You had athletes and all the other stuff, but me, my musical self.
Exactly.
I love that.
I think at a young age you choose. It's either going to be, especially as a young boy, it's either going to be sports, academics, or arts. You know what I'm saying? Or creativity. For me, it was academics and creativity more than sports my whole life. Like my mom was on me. Like my parents were on me. It was good grades. You have to excel. You have to study. You have to go to college and all that. So when I was growing up, before I realized I wanted to get into anything art, I was like lawyer, doctor path, like just
really.
That was
you could do anything, huh?
I was trying. I mean, I'm not gonna be no lawyer. I can't be a doctor. I could act like one now. Put me in a movie and I'll play a lawyer. That's somebody.
You could play a lawyer. You play an athlete. Yeah, you could play the hell out of one of those.
But that's it. I ended up like caring about school, but by the time I got to high school, I was starting to act and I was starting to study art, and that's when both my acting and the music passion started to come to life. Like when I started acting, I was still always rapping. I was the rapper, like you said, pulling up ready with the bars. I was that annoying kid who was like, there he go, rapping again, doing a thing. It's because when I was learning acting, I realized so many similarities between the two. I'm learning improv, right?
Yes, let's talk about that.
That's freestyle.
Let's talk about that.
You feel me?
When you because when I saw the short films with the packs, I was like, the way that he raps, but he acts his raps while he's actually performing, but then it's performance, but then there's also a movie going on, but then it's also like an actual storyline going on. How did not come up with that, but how do you, I guess, channel like all of those different art forms in one medium?
Naturally.
Well, flex on it. You're right. That's the only way. That's God's gift right there.
I think I can. I did musical theater. Like,
yes,
I'm a music. I'm a real arts. I was a real artsy actor kid. I was doing plays and singing and dancing and doing the whole ensemble. All that stuff in front of crowds, in front of live audiences.
Opera?
So
you mean opera?
Never opera. No. That's too far. You got me messed up. I think I have a nice, gentle voice. I have like it's like a simple, good voice. It's not, I can't go out here doing like crazy things, If there was any musicals, I was trying to get the characters that were mainly dancing and acting and not singing so much. But it was still all three for me. It was just the idea of being able to perform lyrics but act during it. So I did In the Heights in high school. I played the main character, Uznavi, and he raps the whole show, and it's a lot of rap. And in the raps, there's a story being told, so you have to get the point across. So when
the acting.
Exactly. So when I was rehearsing for that, my director would, every rehearsal before we got to rehearsal, would make me rap, but act the lines out and not rap. Like, actually perform the lines.
That's what I see in you when I saw the, yes.
And so doing stuff like that as a kid, I'm 14, 15, 16, I think just shaped me into this person who's trying to blend both worlds. As long as I'm performing, I'm telling a story, I want to transform into something. So if I'm doing music, I'm still trying to transform into something.
Let me ask you this. Did you ever have stage fright? Were you ever nervous? Are you high right now? Did you get nervous? I was just kidding.
I am high, but no, I'm kidding. I am not. I wasn't, I've never been nervous. I won the speech contest in my middle school. The speech contest was huge. This is what the speech contest was.
Wow.
You go and you have an assignment. So, for example, it was like, if you were president, that's your log line. You have to go home, you have to write a speech. You present the speech to your class, right? And then whoever had the best speech in the class gets picked to represent that grade to go to the speech contest in the whole school where you compete against people in other grades. So it goes from 3rd grade all the way to the 4th grade all the way to the 8th grade. So a 4th grader gets picked, a 5th grader gets picked, a 6th, 7th, and 8th grader. And they all go against each other and they say a speech. And you have to say the speech the best and do the speech the best.
I wish I would have went to that school.
5th grade, 10 years old. And I did the speech contest and I won first place.
What school was this? Congratulations.
Thank you. It's called St. Brendan's. It's a Catholic school. I went to Catholic school.
Okay. I did hear that in a previous interview. I went to a Catholic school too. But
oh, you did?
It was mad racist in El Dorado, Arkansas. It was a terrible experience.
Arkansas.
Yeah, in Bumbo, Arkansas. Yeah. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about Catholic school.
Yeah,
I love that your home environment, number one, was feeding you all different types of music and sounds. Your schooling was all different types of arts and how to see the art in all that music and sound. You yourself are just a vessel of all of that, and then you continuously just keep putting yourself out there to the point where you're on the screen, you're making music and all of that. And so now you're kind of not a conglomerate. Damn, this makes you sound like a company. Like, now you're in this position where like I'm sitting here in awe, just like, okay, wow, you were in the speech competition, you did this, and you were in musicals. It makes sense to me how my reaction to when I first heard your music, I was like, oh my God, like this is a lot going on. Like it's
a thing.
This is a thing. This is an art.
Yes.
This is an artist. Like
yes.
There's people that know that you made music. There's people that don't get what you're doing with the music you're making. And sure. I think you're on the brink of a moment about that. But I don't want to dive too far into that side
but I love
conversation.
that you just said that. And that's something I'm pretty aware of, and it's been like a catalyst to my motivation, but also hindering some of my confidence, and my belief in it.
Don't let that hinder nothing.
Trust me. That other side won't win. It won't beat the other side.
It can't. And
never,
you said something in one of your lines. You're and someone that I'm not, you're like, as long as your soul's in it, the shoe's gonna fit.
Nah,
that's how I feel about myself too. I sit here on the show. I've only been doing it for like 6 or 8 months now, but like every time I have a conversation, it changes my life and the person's life that I had a conversation with. In a way, not saying you're gonna be a different person, but
absolutely.
These are things that haven't been said and communication hasn't been made. But let's not flex on each other. Let me go back to the show.
Flexing. You're funny.
Let me go back to the show. All right. I still kind of want to talk about some more like first square one moments. So you just kind of bridged us through the journey of like you in school and then you to high school. But I want you to tell a couple of stories, like some funny stories from when you were freestyling and maybe you lost, or your first talent show, the first time on the stage. So whatever sticks out to you. Tell me a funny story.
I mean, yeah, I've had rap battles. I used to rap battle. Nothing like real. Like I wasn't going into the hood, like going to underground spots and battling. But I was in school.
Not like Eminem or
A-Wild?
So you really love Eminem, but you wouldn't step up like him.
I can't step up. I thought I was gonna get. I used to have so many fears as a kid.
Okay.
And one of them was stepping out in places I didn't feel comfortable in, obviously.
Well, that's a very relevant fear.
Right, you know.
Your life. We want to keep you that way.
I had some friends who did not care. I had some friends who was like, you know, I'm going over there. I'm like, I'm not going over there. You can go. Anyway, I used to rap battle. And I remember I had a huge crush on this girl in high school who was dating the guy I was battling.
Ooh.
So I remember she was there. It was super messy. No, it wasn't messy because I lost that battle and nothing happened. I didn't get the girl. She stayed with him. I sat there.
Did she know that you liked her?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I wear everything on my face, so I don't think it was. It was But I try to beat him. And the way he beat me is because I had a purple shirt on, and we're in high school, so none of these bars are hard. None of these insults are really insulting in reality. But to us, we're digging, we're cutting each other. You know.
Yeah.
He called me Barney. That's it. That's it. He called me Barney. I think his rhyme was like, "You can't harm me, Barney," right?
I'm sorry.
And
I'm cracking up.
Everybody geeked, gassed. They said, because the shirt was purple, and that's it. And I never wore that shirt again.
That's something I would say, though. There's actually an artist that was on here, shout out to Friday, and he had like a purple North Face on. And I was like, looking like Barney
out here, yo.
Oh my God. I joke a lot. So
I'm
glad I didn't call you Barney today.
If it's the Barney purple, you're going to be called Barney.
Okay. All right. So
it's just,
it can happen.
And I learned that day.
You were wearing the Barney purple, though?
I was wearing a Barney purple. I'm pretty sure the pants didn't match.
And you said the girl you like was there?
She was right there. She was right there looking at me, looking at Barney. She called me. She laughed. Because her man called me Barney. She thought it was clever.
Wow.
So, that was a nice L I took in high school. But it was stuff like that I just used to love. I just loved, I have always just rapped, like even if I was messing around, being funny, or if it was beef, like if it was a way to squash something. Yeah.
Okay, well, when you started doing this rapping thing in the studio, recording yourself, hearing yourself on that mic, how did that transform you and really feel you to go to the next level with this stuff? So
it's been a process. It's been like a journey. I got in the studio for the first time when I was 15. I had a friend whose father was a DJ in my neighborhood. Like he was spinning records all the time, but he also had a little studio in his apartment. And so I would go every weekend, just walk over to his apartment, and I would grab beats on YouTube and I would rap over them. And I told him I want to make a mixtape, like a full project. And he's looking at me like, I could, saying, just give me $80 and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And he just let me into his space, and I made maybe 12 songs. I can't hear these songs. I cannot hear these songs.
Are they on SoundCloud somewhere?
They might be, and I need to get it out. I need to get it down.
Are they on your SoundCloud?
No, I don't know. They're not on my SoundCloud, but they might be on some. There's somewhere. I think there's somewhere.
There's somewhere in the universe.
Somewhere in the universe. The project was called FML because
Look My Life.
At the time, that's what everybody was saying. That was the thing. You go on Facebook, the status was FML. I got to do this.
At least
FML,
it wasn't YOLO.
Do that. Right. No, it was FML, but I changed it. I changed it to, I thought I was the most clever motherfucker in the world. I said, it's not F my life. It's feel my lyrics. Just in case. Just in case you're in the space of FML. Nah, just feel my lyrics. Babe. Yeah, feel it. And so that was the idea and the concept. Like I was out here trying to make a concept project. And the cool thing I did, and the reason it's so memorable for me, that experience, is because my mom was so supportive at the time. And she went ahead and put in money to get the music printed on CDs. And we came up with a little drawing and put it on each CD. And we had
printed the stickers?
Printed the stickers, slipped them into the thing, put the CD, closed the next CD. And we did that.
Oh, and mommy packed them together.
And my sister. I went off, I had to do rehearsals. While I was at rehearsals, they were still going, packing CDs. And we had 400 CDs. And I wanted to do this whole thing like back in the days where people were selling music out the trunk. At the time, SoundCloud was huge. So I don't know why in the world I didn't just go throw my music up on a link and be like, yo, listen to my SoundCloud. I said, nah, that's whack. That's corny. What I would rather do is make money off my
That might have been your moment you missed.
I went ahead and I went around school and I was giving out CDs. Like out my bag, I said, yo, listen to my music.
How much were you charging? $1?
$5.
$5? Okay.
I'm overpriced, but $5. I was charging $5. And
did you sell any?
I mainly sold to all my friends.
Okay, good friends.
And some girls that liked me, which was cool. And like 2 teachers, which was also cool. And then the rest was family members. But out of the 400 CDs, I probably sold 80 or 90 of them. We
need to find these people because I hope they kept it. Like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's somewhere and I feel like somebody's going to just throw it up, even if. Right. Yeah, even if.
Well, we don't know where to play CD. Where do you even put a CD in and play it anymore?
I don't know. Somebody could do something. I feel like you could put it in a. You could upload the music somehow.
You can't even slide it in the MacBooks anymore. They don't even have a slide.
Oh yeah, this is facts. Yeah, right. I don't know. Well, hopefully not then. Right. but yeah, that was such an experience for me because, you know, my brain always knew that I was doing a lot, but I loved doing a lot. Like my mind was like, oh, CDs and all this. Like I just looked around and I was like, dang, I'm really trying to do something here.
Yeah.
And even though it was some high school small thing, it felt big for me. It felt like a big moment. I had a whole release day. I had I'm coming to school with the music guys. Like tomorrow I'm pulling up the CDs. You guys got to hear my new music, all that stuff.
You had to make it a big moment. It was a big moment.
It was a big moment for me. I had just turned 16, so that's 10 years ago now, which is insane.
Not sweet 16.
She's 16. The music, it was me just being very young and hyperactive and energetic on the mic, and it's very young music of me. But then when I was 17, 18 and I got into college, that's when I started really getting serious and being like, I want to just always record, you know? And then Moonlight happened and that changed my life. You know? That really changed the trajectory of where I thought I was gonna go. So I had the choice that I had to make. I was like, all right, do I do this music thing as a hobby, keep it for friends, just freestyle? Because if you know me, you know I love rap, but that doesn't mean I gotta rap. And then the other side of me was like, well, damn, if I'm 45 years old and I think about how I never dropped any music, there's gonna be something empty here. And I know it's gonna affect me. I know it's actually gonna affect my psyche. And so it's such a strong passion that I couldn't leave it behind. So I made that choice when Moonlight came out. I was like, okay, well, I literally called my acting manager and I was like, hey, listen, I want to do music too. And if you're on board with that, I'd love your help because this music thing, I'm going for it. And there was just belief in that. And we started forming a little music team with that. But I had just started jumping in sessions everywhere I went. When I was in college, I was knocking on dorm rooms with people who were produced that I knew about, and I was making songs with them. Then I flew off to shoot a TV show, which was another life change. I'm like 19 years old. Moonlight won the Oscar. I get a call like, hey, come to South Carolina and shoot a TV show for 7 months. So you're going to have to leave school. And so I left school, but when I got to Charleston, I was on Instagram, and I put studio. And I looked up pictures of Charleston studios. Went into the DM'd the manager, hey, can I record? And I was recording the whole time I was shooting, and I just did that. I shot in Boston, recorded in Boston. I went to Atlanta, hit somebody up in Atlanta, recorded. Yeah. All songs that won't come out, I've made over 500 songs in my life.
I was getting ready to ask, where is the arsenal? Where is the private link somewhere? I mean, not that we got to go listen through all of it, but like, I know you got some packs. Literally.
My phone, you can go right now into my notes and go all the way down, and you could be at 2017 and you could play some songs.
And you do that for you?
For me. Yeah, I've been doing it. I've been doing it for me. And you mentioned it earlier where people know that there's something, but people don't understand it and they don't get it, right? So when I was in the studio the last 6 years of my life making all these songs, I would make them, I would keep them for me, and then there'd be something that would stop me from calling to get them out. Like calling my team, like, hey, I have these, let's do it.
You did you did that 500 times.
Did it 500 times. I ignored dropping it 500 times. All for the sake of fear. Fear.
We'll talk about that later. All right. Let's transition a little bit. I'm going to just say random things. Most of them probably artists or places or just scenarios or something. And you just name a song that comes to mind.
Okay.
So, first one I'm going to name, Stevie Wonder.
Like name a song that comes to mind when I think Stevie Wonder? Does it have to be a Stevie Wonder song?
Just whatever top of mind. Doesn't have to be.
This is love. This is love. Isn't that Stevie Wonder?
Is that?
Like, this is love. It's love. This is love.
Oh, wait.
Is this love? Is this love?
Which is this love? Is that Bob Marley? Okay, that's Bob Marley. Okay,
yeah,
I'm like,
that's why I said, yo, when this segment comes up,
it's okay.
I'm not too like,
no, it's all right because at the end of the day, it means something to you. I said Stevie Wonder, you said Bob Marley. Is this love? Like, yeah, okay, right, cool.
Yeah. Hit me with another one because I need to know how bad I am. Yeah, I need to know how like
Outcast.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do like Spotty Yachty Dopalicious.
Okay. It's a nice playlist so far.
Yeah, if we do rap, we're gonna be fine. But if you take me out genres and we go like 80s, 90s, not hip hop, I get a little lost.
I started with Stevie because I was just trying to see. Okay, first we're gonna start out with this song. Now we got Spotty Yachty. Our never mind, I can't say it. Spot. We got that song. Now I want to do Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton. See, look, I love old school R&B and I could play it, but I just don't know things off top.
So you're not a real lover boy then?
I'm a fake lover boy.
Well, we're gonna get into that because I already got something for you about this lover boy-ishness that you love so much.
I'm gonna have to go home and really. You're not
a real lover boy.
You just affected me with that line.
Okay, Luther Vandross.
I know Luther Vandross too, and I love Luther Vandross.
Say a song. What's the song? What you playing for me?
Look, say the title and I'll sing it for you.
Here and Now, Luther Vandross.
Okay, never mind. I'm just a terrible lover boy.
I promise to love faithfully.
I'll play it. I just look at you, got me sweating right now.
It's all right.
You see what you're doing to me?
Because you're not a real lover boy. See, we didn't expose
you're
this
cutting
man.
this part of the segment, right? You're gonna cut this part?
Never. All right. Let's just sketch the game. We're gonna skip that game.
Call me back in a month.
Okay.
Call me back in a month. We'll play the same damn game and I'm gonna kill it.
All right. Well, that game transition. that game transitions. There's no right or wrong answers. This is me just trying to dig into your sound palette, right? It transitions to the segment sound palette. What shapes your taste in sound? So, first thing I wanted to ask you is, and you already kind of alluded to this because you think you're psychic and you think you're me, but if you could be a fly on the wall in the recording session of any song, present, past, dead, alive, what would it be? Why?
I mean, today, or at least in the recent years of my life, I would have loved to have been on a fly on the wall on Kendrick, on any Kendrick session, or like To Pimp a Butterfly. Just when he was laying down the poem. Like, for a moment, I was conflicted. That whole speech, when was it? Where was it? Was it in the middle of the process? Was it the beginning? Was that the start of it all? And so, like, just how complex it was, I just wish I could sit in on it. I also... How about this? How about a throwback? How about that that Blackstreet song? That if you take my love away, I go crazy.
Oh my God. Insane.
Right?
Dun, dun, yeah.
If I was in the studio and I heard...
Did you just see the studio?
I was in the studio and I sat there and I heard bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
And then I saw them harmonize and go crazy and do that, I would probably like drop to the floor and just be like, how is this possible? How is this possible?
You see how thinking about that it just makes me happy. I'm sure it makes you happy.
You know
now that I think about it, that I wouldn't have, that's not one that comes to the top of mind when I ask that or when I think about that question. But a lot of those old school R&B, old school R&B harmonization.
Just the harmonies, just
in real time, in real life.
Seeing
I want to
it
see how they put that
get created, seeing it get written, and then seeing them perform it, and then hearing it, and then mixing it, and then it's sounding as big as it sounds. Imagine through the speakers how big that's just it's knocking your face
in a real studio.
Yeah, so just, I mean, any moment like that, I can go. I mean, if we had like a long conversation, I would be able to think about many studio sessions I wish I was a part of or saw.
I'll call you back in a month, remember?
Yeah, so I'll be here in a month. I'm about to blow your mind with how much R&B I know. It's going to be crazy.
Oh my God. Okay, well, let's talk about kind of what was on your first iPod then. Like, Jharrel's like, I'm waiting for the school bus. Or I guess in New York, y'all didn't, did y'all do that?
No. I took the train.
You took the train or the bus or,
Well, no, when I was middle school, the Catholic school I went to was 2 blocks from me. So I walked to school.
Oh, wow.
Which was convenient. And
That's super convenient.
And then I went to high school in the middle of the city, so.
All right, were you putting your headphones in or on? I don't know what age you're having this stuff, so whatever it is.
Yeah,
and,
it was
and you're
the first thing was the CD player, the thing that you open.
Okay, so you had a CD player.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember Kids Bop?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you just turned 26.
26,
where I'm 31. So I'm older than
okay, you're still mad
right,
young.
so
I had the same thing.
I had a CD player. I didn't know if you had one.
Come on, I had a CD.
I don't know.
Look,
so many people don't.
About 26-year-olds, we are the last.
All right.
We are the end.
So you can count then.
We are the last. We were born in 97, but by the time we were 4 or 5, it was still early 2000s where a lot of the stuff was still Walkman and CDs and all that stuff. So, like, I was there when the Sidekick came out. I know you had a Sidekick, you know, and the Walkmans. Or remember the little MP3s, the little sticks.
I had a chocolate phone. The one that was in the Shorty Like Mine video.
That's right.
I was trying to be so cute.
Had the pink one. Flips.
It was pink. It was a pink one.
It was a pink one?
They had a strawberry chocolate one. Yeah, it was pink.
Yeah. I had the Motorola. Remember the Razor or the Crazer?
Yes. I didn't have that one. The Mean Girls had that.
Then the BlackBerry and all that. So yeah.
Well, you always had a phone. So you was a player, but a lover boy player.
No, I got a phone when I was 12.
You see, I said that. Like,
you try to get me caught up. That's what you try to do. You try to get me in trouble.
No, if you had a BlackBerry in middle school, you was really sending notes.
I had BBM. I had BBM by 6th grade for sure. I was letting you know how I felt by the time I was in 6th grade.
Yo,
I had bios up by the time I was in 6th grade.
What do you remember the first CD you had? You bought or that you ran the death out of? The first CD you broke.
It might have been the Slick Rick, The Adventures of Slick Rick. It might have been
fitting.
Yeah, either that or it could have been just one of those Now CDs. One of those, remember Now 1, Now 12, Now 7, Kids Bop, all that stuff. I was super into like that little stuff when I was like 10, 11. But my first CD was probably a Slick Rick one, or. Oh yeah, I remember I had 50 Cent. I had Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, that was
my first. Actually, I gotta remember that. My first favorite rapper was 50. Eminem's only my favorite rapper because 50 introduced me to him. You know how they were running around together all the time? Yeah. I was all about 50 Cent. I dressed like him for Halloween 2 years in a row. Like I got a do-rag, a vest, a white tank top, all that.
Did you have the video game?
Yeah, I had the video game.
Me too. It wasn't Grand Theft Auto, but it was good.
It wasn't. Or I would play as him in what was that? The fighting game when you had the rappers fight each other. Def Jam.
Yeah, I was gonna say Comedy Jam. Oh my God.
Def Jam. Which is wild. What an idea for a video game.
People were really ahead of their time.
People were really. You could pick Eminem and you could fight Rakim.
I would pick Soulja Boy.
That's insane. That's such a. They need to bring that back.
They really do.
We need to see
Soulja Boy, get on it.
We need to have like Lil Uzi.
He would do it.
And Drake as like characters fighting each other. How hilarious is that? That's hilarious.
Maybe like Uzi's like spikes in his hair could like stab somebody.
Yeah, he's like jumping
out.
Like, Drake is stomping everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Drake just start crumping in the middle of the
No, I remember Def Jam. I remember all that stuff. I grew up still like early technology stuff and before social media things. So.
Well, what would you like? What's the song you would have dedicated to your first crush, Mr. Loverboy, back then?
Probably the Blackstreet song I just mentioned. That's one of my favorite songs.
Don't Leave Me, Girl. Damn, why was she about to leave you already?
She wasn't even with me yet. You ain't even with me yet. I'm telling you not to go.
Yo, don't.
It's important. You gotta jump on it. You gotta jump on it.
Act fast. Be proactive.
It's like, girl, we will be in love. We're not, but we will be. So don't go. That's the idea. I had a girlfriend. when I was 14, and I wrote her 4 songs for her birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she like them?
She did. She did like them a lot. I remember I went and found like her favorite movies, and I grabbed clips on YouTube from her favorite movies and put them in the songs and just like rap like lovey-dovey things.
Okay, you are a lover boy. That's super romantic.
And then the hook would be like of the lines from the movie that she liked. Yeah, gosh, young love, 14. Don't know where she's at now.
How many other loves have you had since then?
No, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
We do not talk about that.
We won't talk about that. All right. So then let's talk about maybe like influences from your sister or your mom, your dad. Like how, like, okay, let's put it this way. People that you love in your life, name one of them.
My mom.
Okay. What's a song that you, if we ever making a playlist for your mom, I've asked this question before, or a mixtape for your mom, mixtape for your family, choose a song for every person on that mixtape. So let's start with one.
Okay. Oh man. My mom is Dwick Gangstar.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that song.
No, I don't, but that sounds hard.
One, deep cut, if you know, like that's like deep cut hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
Dwick by Gangstar is for my mom.
Okay.
My dad will probably be like, why did you say that? But Beautiful Girl by Sean Kingston.
Oh God, that song tortured me for years.
Wait, why did it torture you?
Because it was way too good.
No, you just ruined it. That's all day. That's all day in your head. It's all day in your head.
It's gonna be like
that was my dad's favorite song. He would be like cleaning in the house, and he'd be singing into the mob to it, and he just loved it. My dad's Haitian, so
okay. And your mom's Dominican.
And my mom's Dominican, yeah. So my dad.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Ain't they right next to each other?
My dad grew up. Listening to a lot of Caribbean music and sounds that like were
got some good food in your house.
Oh, we got great food in our house. Yeah, I just wish I spoke Creole. I wish I could have been more on that Sapa-Se vibe with him. Like he was always speaking it, but it's so hard to pick up. It's like French, and
it's
very hard to pick up. But that's for him. My sister was obsessed with Bruno Mars growing up, so I
who wouldn't be?
Right, she loved Bruno Mars, so I probably picked some Bruno Mars song for her. That was who I grew up with in like my core family. That's who I love so much. Weird playlist though.
It's okay.
You got Bruno Mars and the Sean Kingston.
It's not for anybody but you.
Drake. Yeah, that's the family.
It's not for anybody but you. You play those 3 back to back. You think about your mom, your dad, and your sister right there.
If I play Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston, I only can see my dad. I can only see him.
Was he singing it in French or anything?
Well, he just has such a thick accent. He has such a thick American accent. And so he's not singing it correct at all. Like, he just sounds so funny singing it, but he's so into it. And he's so passionate about it.
Yeah.
And like, obviously that song did that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But just seeing my dad firsthand, if I hear that song, he always pops up in my head.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, let's transition to another segment. So we'll laugh at your dad. This one, we're going to do a little scene, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to sit straight and put your palms on your knees. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to melt into the seat. All right? Close your eyes. Okay. Now just breathe in. Just listen to me, all right? Now breathe in deep and breathe out. All right, Jharrel. It's Lover Boy season, okay? And you're getting ready to plan a really romantic night for you and some hourglass-shaped body woman, you know? Okay, and I don't know what you do to get things settled, but let's say there's some flowers in the room. You got some incense lit, her incense from her favorite movie or something, you know? You got her some wings and fries. Maybe that's what she like. I know it's what I like, you know? It's just every little element of her in this room. Okay, what song are you playing as she walks into the wings and fries and roses?
You just got me so caught up. You just got me so.
Does she like wings and fries? For real?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Let me not get into my...
Just name a song. What are you playing as you set the tone and the scene for something like this?
I'm probably playing Bryson Tiller's Trap Soul, some song from there.
Okay, we'll just say some song from Trap Soul. Any song from Trap Soul works.
Let me think. What's my... Maybe Exchange.
This will happen when I think about you. All right.
Yeah, but something slower. I just love the Bryson Tiller album.
We can chop and screw it then. We can slow it down.
Slow the Bryson Tiller album down. Or yeah. You got me messed up today.
It's okay. Welcome to the Drea's room. All right. Let's talk about your music now, okay?
Yes.
And I want to start out by saying that Someone That I'm Not is my favorite song of yours. I really like that song. It gave me Look What You've Done vibes when I heard it.
Oh, okay.
Like for me, like not that it sounded like that, but there's something about the way that like when I heard it, let me put you this way. When I listen to music, I like to imagine what body positioning were you in? What were you thinking about when that beat dropped? Did you write that song before, or did you even have that song in you until you heard that beat? How did how did you take that and turn it into the art that it was? Were you sitting down like this talking to yourself when you came home from a long day of just hating all this new shit that's in your life, and now I don't somebody I'm not, you gonna around to me somebody I'm not. Yeah. That's how I felt when I heard that song. And I personally have gone through things in my life where I felt like I was turning into somebody that I'm not. So again, this being the first interview, that me coming back with a new fresh mindset, knowing who I am now, and having to run away from that somebody that I wasn't, and then here and I was scrolling through the packs, but then Someone That I'm Not, I just kept playing that one over and over, and I'm just like, this beat is so simple. It's just like you hear it and it's like, boo, like a refreshing, oh yeah. And you in the room with Michi or whoever, y'all not in the room no more. This beat and me are in the room.
That's beautiful.
Okay, so I'm saying all that to say, I love that song, and I kind of just want to know, I did want to know, my question was, did you have that song in you before you heard that beat?
You said what?
Did you have that song in you before you heard that beat? Or did that beat beat gave you that song?
The beat gave me the song, for sure. The beat gave me the song.
I was right.
I wrote it by myself, like I was alone in my home. Like usually I have friends over, I'll go off and I'll write, or I'll be in the studio, I'll go off and write. But Cosign made that beat. Shout out Cosign in the studio. And I was just like, And then he was like, I gotta add to it. And I said, no. I said, no. There wasn't even there's no sub on it. There's no bass line. There's no, you need bass in hip hop. You need subs. He was like, yo, maybe a sub. And then we kept playing it and hearing it. And I was like, no, there's not, like, let me just talk on it. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but let me talk on it. And I took it home. And that night, I was just going through a pretty bad breakup. That was maybe like a week into the breakup.
Damn.
So I was a week into settling into it and like realizing certain things that I, one, appreciated, and two, didn't appreciate. And then on top of that, it was mid-COVID. And COVID for me is funny because I won an Emmy in 2019, I won an Emmy and my life changed, and I was the most famous I had ever been, and it was the craziest whirlwind of emotions and newfound insecurities, newfound trust issues, newfound like who's here for me. But then there wasn't enough time to think about that. It's work, let's work. And then COVID happened. And everything got quiet. Everything went so silent. And I had nothing but time to think about everything I had just been through in the last year, which I'm grateful for.
That's what that song sounded like. That song, it sounded like an empty room, and you and a pen and paper
just going.
Let me smoking a little herb or something,
I said,
never been
I'm
me.
a little high.
That's what it sounded. I was like, wow, you're talking to yourself on this one.
I was, and I know for a fact I was, and it actually is crazy to think about. I wrote it all in like maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's all you right there.
Sometimes it can't happen. Sometimes I'm stuck. Sometimes I write half a verse. I'm like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I said, damn, what you doing? Slow down. You're going to turn me into something that I'm not. That's all I said. And then I just...
I would love to hear Cole on that with you one day.
I would love that too. That tone and that vibe. So the packs... What I'm trying to do with the packs is I'm trying to give you,
talk about that,
to give you everything. I'm trying to be diverse and show range the way I'm trying to do as an actor as well. For me, with my art, I wanted do this, you know, not this. And so I love that you love someone I'm not, because I do too. To me, that's actually one of my favorite songs too. And dishing that out and hearing a comment like you going, I love that one, right? That's gonna put me right back in the studio and thinking about, all right, how about a beat that's so simple, easy, and let me talk again, you know? Hey. But then I got other songs where maybe the next person might be like, yo, but that trip pack thing, that weird, that was hot, that's my favorite. I'm like, all right, cool, let me lean into that as well. But that was my ideas. I love tapping into different spaces and boxes with my voice. Yeah. So instead of like dropping 10 someone I'm nots and making you think that I'm just gonna rap over these smooth, melancholy beats, I'm trying to give you some more. But I will give you some more someone I'm nots, I promise, because I love that you love that song.
Thank
I love
you.
that you love that song.
I heard that one after I went through Trip Pack. I like Zombie on that too.
Yeah.
I like Zombie on that one too.
Zombie was the song I was most afraid to drop.
Really?
Yes, yeah. It's my most out the box, experimental, left field. What the heck am I hearing? But it's something cohesive type song. Like when I finished it, I made that in one night. I'm a big Tame Impala fan. Yeah. So I love Kevin Parker and all the stuff he does. And so I'm into that trippy, synthy rock stuff. And I don't see myself making a whole album like that. Shout out Yachty. That album was dope. Phenomenal. But records like Zombie, I kept playing. I had it on my phone for 3 years, and I'd play it, and I was sure
it was in the archive. It was in the archive. Wow, you got so much in that phone.
So much, and I really pulled Zombie out of like, all right, just do it, bro, just do it. You know it's cool. You know that you did something different. Yeah. Just throw it out there. Yeah. You know. So,
what are you most excited for people to now get about you through these 4 packs that are going to make up the album, right?
Yeah, it's not necessarily an album. It's just 4 separate projects that we'll put all together. But I never went into album mode. Like I never did this in like, for example, Someone I'm Not I made in 2021. Zombie I made in 2020. Blow Out the Candles I made last year. Like all different years, all different dates on different times. So
see what you
I didn't have I wasn't like, all right, I'm gonna do 16 songs. It's gonna be this pack and then this pack and this pack. I just had 500 songs, like I said, and I picked my favorite ones and the ones I thought that really still related to me, still felt like me, still felt like the energy that I'm living in. And then after I did that, I picked maybe 35 songs. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna drop 35 songs, so let me cut down more and more. I eventually got to a point where I started seeing similarities between records. So, and the cycle, I'm just barring up over what sounds like a boom bap beat. So let me call this rap pack. Yep. This is rap stuff. Let me try to find another one. Oh, okay, cool. Mob Shallow, I was doing some rap stuff. Oh, this one's a rappy one. This is Rap Pack. And I realized, oh, this is a love song. Oh, but this is a heartbreak song. Still love, though. Oh, wait, this is about her. Oh, man, I should put that out. Oh, this was about her. Oh, I should put that out. And now that's Love Pack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trip Pack, that came from, it's trippy. It's weird. Zombies, it's trippy stuff. It's like shroom music, I guess. If you're into a little bit of shrooms, you're into elevating certain things. It's the type of music for that, where the sounds are weird and crazy.
Taking you places.
And I knew I had songs like that, so I was like, how do I put that out without people thinking I'm crazy? And so I called it Trip Pack, trippy music, you know? And then Trap Pack is the last one where I'm just having fun over subs and hard drums, and I'm taking myself a little less serious. And
booty shaking music?
A little bit of booty. I got one in there you could shake a cheek too. So just doing that. And because I had so much music, I was able to put it out like this, put it out in a way where it feels like all these different worlds. So, yeah.
Awesome. I love to hear the mind of Jharrel Jerome. As I've been getting to know you through this conversation, I really admire and maybe envy a little bit of like the fact that you were so well aware of you want to do this, and you're an actor and you're in musicals and you're playing basketball. Like you just have so much of you that you're talented in, and you actually did touch as much as you could of that. No. And I liked when you said that you knew if you're 45 years old and you never put nothing out that was going to affect you.
Yep.
And I'm just happy the world is happy that Jharrel Jerome is doing everything that he needs to do for himself while he's here on this, in this cohort of time, because that inspires people like me and other people that are watching to like maybe spend a couple hours making some music every night and do something and write a screenplay and direct and make a whole short film out of all of their favorite packs of a song. You know what I mean?
Why not?
Why not? That's it. Just why not? Not just do it. Why not?
Why not?
That's it.
Why not?
So yeah, I'm very happy for you. Very happy to have gotten to know you through this conversation. These are my favorite conversation.
This is so dope. I feel like it's just so comfortable and
thank you.
It's so sweet, Drea. Thank you for this.
I'm run over my time a little bit, so we're gonna try to speed it up. You got one question to ask me before we close it out.
Okay.
And don't try to catch me up either.
Yeah, I'm about to. Who you dating right now?
Man, they all scratched off the list. Now I'm fresh and I'm out. Square one.
Nah, let me think. You thinking now? Like you got yourself in trouble?
No, I didn't know. Trouble. Who said what?
Let me think of a good question for you. Like a solid one.
What do you want to know about me?
What you were talking about missing doing this so much. Where does it sit like in you? Like what are you actually feeling when you do this? Like what do you actually feel? Like it's fun, it's cool, you're meeting new people, you're connecting, but you go home and you think about what you're actually doing when you're doing stuff like this. What is on your head?
Well, first of all, when I'm doing this, I feel like I'm like this little orb of just like, like just happy to talk and just happy to float here and to like spread my little orb dust around. That's what this is, all the orb dust.
It's orb dust.
And like that orb also sits right here. I think that's my part of my higher power and how I channel that higher power. And I look in that camera, and I look at you and I look at the camera and I'm like, I'm on autopilot right now.
Wow.
I'm on autopilot right now. Yeah. And it's the one place where there has been some days I've come in here and I wanted to kill myself the night before. But it comes on out of me right here. And there's nothing that can do that to me but this experience. Wow. And also when I go home, I'm like, I really hope that I help make a connection with someone or help someone connect things musically in their mind in a way that they didn't before. Like when I've taken shrooms before, there's thoughts or sentences I was able to say and connect that I didn't know how to connect before. Now I connect them that way for the rest of my life or in a new way. And like how I just said with that first song that you remember hearing, Rick Slick Rick, like freestyle over that beat for fun. Just to feel it. Because imagine that feeling coming out and you're like, damn, man, that was fun. And you don't got to do anything with it. But like, it's something for you to listen to, something for you to think about, something for you to consider, and a way for you to apply yourself to music that might, channel emotions or actually like turn on emotions that'll guide you through the music. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. That was a fire answer.
Thank you.
That was a great answer.
Thank you, Jharrel Jerome.
Thank you.
All right, we have had a really great time here in the Pink Room with Jharrel Jerome. I'm not tripping about that Grammy Award winning. He's gonna have to get one of them awards too.
Let's speak it.
Okay, we're gonna speak that into existence. I was floored when I saw that. Not floored, like oh my god, like a bad way, but like when I saw that he was also an artist too. I was like, oh snap! I can have a reason to reach out. Literally, so I DM'd him like, you should put your music on SoundCloud or get the link on there.
Yeah.
And it's just great to see that the world's not going to see everything that I've been seeing since I like noticed that he was an artist. And I'm happy that we have connections that are really close to you. That I met him making music, kind of, sort of, whatever.
It's crazy. You was telling me.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
No, that was a different night. It was a little litty, but hey,
you've been getting yourself in trouble this whole interview.
I know, it's okay. If you watch my show, you know me. Watch my show if you want to see me get in trouble. Anyways, I say all that to say, thank you for coming. I really enjoyed these conversations. These are personal conversations for me. I can't just sit anybody down in this chair, and I turn away a lot because unless I'm genuinely curious about you, how do you think I'm gonna sit here and fake this?
Yeah, no, it's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So there we go. Thank you so much, Jharrel Jerome, for coming to the Mink Room.
Thank you for this.
Peace out, y'all. Yay! Sorry, I ran 10 minutes over.